Hey,
Yeah.
let me go rapid fire. Maybe not good team versus can win a championship, but it sounds like you have more respect for Iowa after the loss, right? To SC.
Yeah, I still have Iowa ranked. I might probably the only one, but yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Iowa's a good team.
I was good. Okay, is Georgia good?
Yeah, excellent,
Is
excellent.
is Texas A&M good?
Yeah,
Is Michigan good?
they're pretty good.
Is USC good?
Yes,
Is Oregon good?
yes, they're good. Yep, they're good.
Is Oklahoma good?
Yes, excellent.
Wow, emphatic.
Georgia and Oklahoma are the two best teams out of those two Eastern things. Oklahoma's a really good team. They're hard schedule. Quarterback got hurt. Yeah, they're good. They belong in the playoffs.
Wow, we're in
And if they
lockstep.
get if they get there, I don't know if they're going to win a game. You know who's the most dangerous team right now for the playoffs? You already know who I'm going to say, don't you? It's Notre Dame.
I, I can't believe this segment. Sam, you're busy. Like you're like a real person. You're not listening to this show.
No,
We're almost
I don't.
in.
I haven't heard you talk about Notre Dame,
We're
but Notre
almost
Dame.
in locks. I just told I was just talking about Notre Dame. I couldn't agree more with you.
I think if I was going to pick the final right now, I would pick Ohio State against either Georgia or Notre Dame, or Notre Dame against Georgia. That would probably be where I'd be at. Like I don't know where Notre Dame's going to land in the pecking order. Like if they're going to be on Ohio State side or they're going to be on Georgia's side.
Sam, I'm listen. I'll
But
give.
that's what I would
I'm gonna
say.
give you a dark horse because they're lights out championship caliber defensively. If Oklahoma beats LSU in Missouri,
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma is right there. That defense is way above elite.
They're great. I agree. I'm so what's going to happen with OU is if they make the playoff, I think they're going to get one of these deals where they're like a 9 or
I
something,
told right. Seating
and
is gonna
they're going to
so
get
it's gonna so matter.
it's going to pair. They're going to pair off in a bad way. Like they're going to end up having to play. Here's an interesting question: if you're the number one seed in the college football playoff and you're Ohio State, and I don't know that it will be. I think Indiana could beat them. But if you're the number one seed, where do you choose to play? Do you choose to play in the Rose Bowl if you're Ohio State, or do you play in the Sugar Bowl, or do you play in I think Atlanta? I don't know. I can't remember where all the games are, but where do you choose to play? Do you play in Atlanta? Do you play in New Orleans? Do you play in Dallas? Or do you play in the Rose Bowl? Remember last year, Ohio State didn't have a choice. They had to go out and play Oregon because Oregon wanted to play in the Rose Bowl. Well, this year it's either going to be Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, or Texas A&M. The four teams they're kind of picking and choosing. And
Huh.
we all know where Georgia would go, and I think we know where Texas A&M would go.
So,
I don't know where
so
Ohio.
of the
I don't know where Ohio State
aforementioned,
would go.
at first blush, you know what it seems like to me? It seems like Indiana would care the least.
Oh, they go to the Rose Bowl. See, I'm
See,
almost certain he would pick the
do you
Rose
know what
Bowl.
I mean? It seems like the controlled
Right.
elements would bother Indiana or contribute to Indiana's success the least of the
Sure.
aforementioned teams.
Yep. I agree. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think they care that much. I think they would go to the Rose Bowl because they haven't been there. That would be the opportunity to do that versus going to a dome, which is where the other three games are at.
Can you
So,
imagine?
like,
Can you imagine a Big Ten team telling Pasadena no?
I can imagine Ohio State doing it. Yes, I can imagine. Yes,
That's
I
so
think Ohio
bad.
State
That's
would be
so.
like, yeah, we don't need to go there. We don't recruit out there. Let's go to Atlanta.
Yeah, you
Or
know what?
where?
You
Yeah,
might be right. Uh,
let's go to Atlanta. Let's go somewhere where we recruit players. Yeah, I can see them doing that. I don't think that would even be anyway. Of all the teams you just mentioned, the three right now, and I don't have Notre Dame ranked third. I'm not. I can't do that because the rankings are backward looking and they take into account resume, not predicted. But
right. So
Notre Dame
yeah.
would be my
So do you
number
think
three.
Notre Dame is better than Miami, even though Miami beat them?
Yeah, much better than A&M as forward looking to the playoffs.
Gotcha.
But I can't rank Notre Dame ahead of A&M based on the fact that A&M actually accomplished something that Notre Dame didn't, which was winning that game in South Bend. But if you were to ask me today, okay, who are your top 4 teams to win the playoff? I'd say Ohio State, Georgia, Notre Dame. I don't think Indiana's got the horses. I think they'll fall short. I don't know who my 4th team would be. I'm not entirely sure.
You know the one thing you're missing with Indiana, though? Their resolve is silly. Like, you can't really quantify it, but you can kind of feel it. Their mental toughness is at an elite level.
It is. Maybe they're the 4th team I would look at, but I feel pretty good about the 3 that I just mentioned. Georgia's awfully good. They had one
I agree.
kind of goofy 4th down play against Alabama, kept them from winning that game.
And their defense is starting to get it together, and they're running the ball better. Quietly, Frazier, they're running it a lot better.
They are. So last year they would have been my pick to win it, but then Beck got hurt and all this other stuff. But I would say those are the 3 that I look at the most closely. I guess we'll see. Oklahoma would be interesting. I put on Twitter, in so much that anyone in Nebraska could actually like a team from Oklahoma, this team's likable. Like, they're actually a really hard-nosed, non-finesse, tough-minded team that he's built there.
Dude,
and their quarterback,
they beat Alabama on the road without their best defensive player.
Right. Their quarterback is an awfully tough guy, and that's the kind of guy that you want. That's the kind of guy you want leading your team.
It's funny too what a difference a week could make, Sam. Is now DeBoer's got to win out to keep the natives off his back.
Yeah, he will. I think he'll do that. The one position, if I was going to say there was one position at Oklahoma that Oklahoma's gotten right, and a lot of that's because of Lincoln Riley, over the last 15 years, is they've gotten quarterback right. And so they had Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts and Caleb Williams
and Spencer Rattler and Jackson Darnold
and Dylan Gabriel. And they've gotten that position right. And in getting it right now with John Mateer, they've been really, really good. And, if you go back and you think about Oklahoma over the years, that's the position they've always gotten right. They've always had that guy, whether it was an option quarterback or it was a passer. Oklahoma's always had a quarterback, and they have one again. And when they have one, they're usually pretty damn good.
That's
fantastic.
Sam McKewon.
We hit the whole gamut, Sam. I appreciate it.
From the Omaha World Herald. Sam, appreciate the time as always.
Take care.
We will talk to Sam again next week.
Yeah. No, they'll beat Eastern Illinois, but you better not lose to Auburn. I know that.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're really stretching themselves in their non-con in mid-November.
That's when they play the game.
That's just that's just what the SEC does. Got to get that extra bye weekend.
Is he going to be fine without getting to the playoffs in the 12-team playoff?
DeBoer?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. He's in trouble. If he doesn't make the playoff, he's in trouble. I mean, he just is. I've said that all year. I said at the beginning of the year. If he doesn't make the playoff,
I got to look
he's in
at
trouble.
the combinations of what he's got to be cheering for as a 2-loss team.
I mean, as a 2-loss team, there's a very decent chance the SEC gets 5 in.
No way.
3 are a lock.
Yeah.
Ole Miss,
yeah.
Texas A&M, and Georgia are locks. They are getting those 3 no matter what. Oklahoma, if they win out, is getting in.
Mm-hmm.
I think Alabama, if they win out, is getting in.
It's just going to start to compare 2-loss resumes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. But I think there is, and this is what I was. This is what I was afraid of. By the way,
no, you know what you need to cheer for.
What's that?
You need to cheer for Michigan to beat Ohio State and get in.
Absolutely, yes,
and take a spot.
You need Michigan to beat Ohio State because Ohio State's getting in no matter what. Indiana's getting in no matter what. Oregon, as long as they win out, they could probably take one more loss, still getting in. You need Michigan 100% to beat Ohio State.
Yep,
that's exactly correct. Because I don't think USC has a path to get in.
Well, they got Oregon this week.
Yeah, you probably need Oregon to win that one to make sure you get your third team real solid. But
it's an elimination game, in your opinion, for SC, but not Oregon?
It's not an elimination for Oregon, but if I'm a 2-loss Oregon, and I'm sitting there.
Yeah, then you got to go back to your best win.
And I don't feel great about it. And let me look at Oregon's best win right now because
Penn State, healthy Penn State.
It's Penn State, in which that they're not going to get credit for that anymore. So that's Iowa. At Penn State and then at Iowa. So like the resume gets a little thin if they don't beat SC. So like I'd rather it be if I'm trying to get 4.
I mean, that place was lit when Oregon went there.
That's fine, but again, this is if I'm not going to give credit to the SEC when they do this, I'm not going to give credit to the Big Ten when they do this. Like I'm not giving credit for people that beat Auburn when they were ranked. Like this Penn State has turned into a bad season. I'm not saying they're a bad team, but it's been a bad season. You don't get credit because they were 3 when you beat them.
Well, that's why I don't like
because they lost 6 more in a row after that.
That's why I don't like the record against top 25 teams for Nebraska.
I don't either because it's stupid. It doesn't make sense because I brought this up last week, I think, or whenever we were arguing about this last. You think do you feel real good about beating a 4-8 Oregon team? Like, yeah, ranked win, awesome. No, they were 4-8. That team sucked. I feel better about beating Colorado last year. I feel better about beating Cincy this year. That team was bad. Helfrich got fired for that.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? Last ranked win, though. Yeah, I got him. Like, what are we you think Oregon's hanging their hat on? Oh, Penn State was 3rd when we beat them. I mean, they might not make a bowl game now, but they were 3rd when we beat them.
I am a little taken aback at why you're poo-pooing Penn.
Because at the end, at some point, the record matters. It has to. Let's go common opponents. Nebraska beat UCLA, beat Northwestern, beat Michigan State. Those are the 3 common opponents. They're 3-0 in those games. Penn State's 1-2 in those games. Like, what am I supposed to do? And they lost their quarterback.
If Nebraska wins,
yeah,
will you not agree that that's the most talented team that Nebraska's beat in Coach Rule's tenure?
Beat, yes.
Okay.
I think Michigan is on par with what we saw from. I think Michigan is on par with his Penn State team.
So I just want you to, I'm just quantifying that for you.
Yeah, but I also they also beat a Colorado team last year that had the Heisman winner and an NFL quarterback, even if he didn't totally look like an NFL quarterback yesterday. But at the time, people thought he was a first-round draft pick, a quarterback.
Oh,
right. So
I hear both. I can.
You know what I mean? Like Colorado was a pretty good team. That defense was way better than we gave him credit for last year. Like that was a good Colorado team.
Yeah. I don't think you're crazy. I asked.
I think Penn State's better than that team, but I don't think it's leaps and bounds. Like that was a really good win last year. And because the season didn't end up how we totally wanted it, we kind of forget how good of a win it was. And that's fine. I get it.
Is the shakier that Indiana plays, is that not because you realize Indiana beat, like they had to go down to the wire to beat Penn State there.
Yeah. Does that tell you more
Indiana's
about
pretty good?
I do think Indiana's pretty good, but
just don't watch the first half against Wisconsin or
Penn State or or Oregon or like they're they've played a harder schedule this year and they've struggled more than they did. But I don't know. Like at some point, I have to look at Penn State. I have to look at their record. I have to look at common opponents, and I have to say this team might very well be very talented. Like Florida State wasn't a 2-10 talent team last year. They weren't. They're probably not a 5-5 talent team this year. Clemson is not a 5-5 talent team, but guess what? They're 5-5. At some point, your record matters.
Did you watch his postgame?
No, I did. Davos? No, I did not.
Yeah. I was pouting Friday night, and I just was catching up.
Yeah.
It's like the tighter the tougher this is, man, the tighter my team gets and the more they come together. And I was like, man, he's gonna stay with it.
Congrats, bud. Good congratulations. Nobody thought that you were top 5 coming into the year. Nobody cares how tight your team is. You're 5-5.
They were preseason 1 in some polls.
Yeah, nobody cares how tight your team is. You're 5-5. Like, congrats. Penn State's really coming together. They're 4-6.
Yeah.
At some point we've done this with Nebraska teams too much in the last decade for me to care about doing it to somebody else. Best 3-9 team in history. Congrats. You're 3-9. That doesn't make me feel better. It still sucks. You think any Penn State fan is like, oh, we're real talented though at 4-6. We would double overtime with Oregon. If it weren't for that crazy toe tap against Indiana, we were right there. Like nobody cares about that in Happy Valley.
Yeah.
You think I don't know, man. Like I think we're grossly underestimating the things that have actually happened on a football field this year when we're talking about this game. At some point, like, that's one of the things that bothers me about people talking about the SEC. So when people do it to the Big Ten, it has to bother me too. And it does.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Oh, man, but look at this. And they were pretty close here and whatever. And look at all the talent. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how talented you are if you go 4-6. It really doesn't. Like, congratulations. You're going to be able to put out a nice flyer about your draft picks for recruiting season next year for a coach that you don't have yet.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I can't get into the records thing, you guys, because A&M hasn't beat anybody with a winning record either. So
we don't mind that.
Oh wait, hey.
Indiana didn't beat a ranked team at all last year. They made the playoff. We were cool with that, right?
No, I didn't say ranked. I said with a winning record.
I know, but I'm saying, we bring that with Indiana. We're like, oh man, why couldn't it happen? How come Nebraska couldn't do that? It's like, okay, cool. They hadn't beat a team with a ranked win last year either.
My man said call up Caesars. Oh, you and Josh should go round and round.
I will. I'll put my money where my mouth is. 9.5 is too many. Give me some of that.
It's ridiculous.
Free money.
Well, it sounds like a segment we got at the end of the week.
That's a secret.
That's a secret.
Yeah, I do have to base it off something. I'm basing off of the football they've actually played this year. Crazy idea. I like to dive really deep in the metrics, like final score.
It's freaking bats.
I mean,
Angry Ravi's a funny Ravi.
and I'm not saying Nebraska's going to win. What I am saying is 9.5 is kind of crazy, and we're talking about Penn State like they haven't had the year that they had.
No, I'm all in on your philosophy. I told you I would have made it 7 or 8.
Okay, which still seems a little high to me, but it's not 10.5, which is where it started. That's wild.
7's just a fluky touchdown in a close game.
Totally fair. Yeah, totally fair.
It's a defensive score. It's a scoop score.
It's hey, we're it's a 1-point game. We tack one on late. It's over, right?
Yeah.
It's whatever. Like, that's fine. 10.5 is different. 10.5 is saying you think this team is significantly.
It's going to come down.
Josh D'Lo says 8.5 now.
Does it?
Yeah, I don't know. It might be at different books. All
right. Well, you keep banging that drum.
I am going to keep banging that
drum. I don't
drum.
want to make the trip. So.
Oh, I mean,
total first world problems.
You want Grunkmeyer or Latif at quarterback? I'm riding with my guy. I've seen some Grunkmeyer. I'm cool there. He might end up being a nice player. For now,
oh shoot,
pass.
Does Oregon seem like they're 9.5 better than SC? It's on the road.
No, I don't think that they're 9.5 better than SC.
Okay.
I think Oregon.
That's an early line to keep an eye on.
Oregon struggles more offensively than people.
Is Michigan 14 better than Maryland on the road?
Maybe. Seems a little high, but I would have said like 11.5 probably.
Josh is on it. It is currently sitting at 8.5.
I think
you want an all bizarro line again, and Florida's the king of them. What do you think they're catching at home against Tennessee? And I get the series history.
Florida's
3-7 Florida. They get favorable lines every week. Somebody, can you please find them ATS? Because every week we say, oh, but their defense will keep them in it. Somebody help me find Florida ATS while I'm having this conversation. What is Florida catching in Gainesville against Tennessee?
In Gainesville against Tennessee.
Now they opened. Never mind. What do you think the line is?
I'm going to say it is currently, because it's going to be, you're only asking me this because it's going to be lower than it should be. 6.5.
Top 25 Tennessee, number 23 ranked Tennessee is a 3.5-point favorite in Gainesville.
Yeah.
Now,
Florida
opened as the fave.
Good Lord. Florida's a really good analogy to Penn State this year. Like they're the SEC version of Penn State this year, I think.
A lot of respect because they have a lot of talent.
A lot of respect, a lot of talent. Guess what? They lose most of their games still.
Now, this is going to throw you.
I'm ready.
There's no way you come within 2 points of this line.
Probably not. Well, let's try it.
BYU travels to Cincinnati. 9-1, number 12 ranked BYU goes to 7-3, number 25 Cincinnati.
Coming off the loss there.
What is the line?
At Cincinnati?
At Cincinnati.
I'm going to say I think BYU should be favored, which also feels like a trap. I'm going to say
it's a trap.
BYU by 3.5.
Damn, it's BYU by 2.5.
I almost said 2.5. Shoot.
Guess who opened as the fave?
Cincinnati.
Yeah,
that's dumb. That's dumb. BYU's pretty good.
You're true.
Cincinnati's pretty good too, but BYU's pretty good, man.
Doesn't seem like Cincinnati has 3 losses, but they do.
No, what are they? It's Nebraska by 3. What's the second one?
They got hammered by no, they didn't get hammered, but disproportionate score. The second loss was it Tech?
Oh, if it was Tech, that would make sense.
Who am I thinking of? Is it Tech?
I'm trying to figure it out here.
We'll figure it out.
Listen, if you're counting on me to Google things, we're all in trouble.
Arizona and Utah.
Arizona's the bad one. That was the bad one this weekend. Utah makes sense. Utah's good. Utah hammered them though.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. I win.
I might bring him tomorrow. I think I got a Signetti head somewhere.
Yeah.
Google me.
So they what? They won 7 in a row after Nebraska. They've lost their last 2. So them opening up as a favorite is wild. Like that's
Not bad.
You down on Cincinnati?
I'm not down on Cincinnati, but like if you're doing trending and if I'm caring what the results were, like that doesn't look great.
What would you have made Oregon over your SC at home?
Oregon over
that's Eugene.
SC at home.
That's how. Yeah.
I would say just larger than the key number, like 7.5, 8.
9.5.
4, 6, 8.
Seem right?
It's a little heavy, but not
Oregon's
terrible.
a weird team to watch.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with Oregon because I don't like their offense very much.
They're not overly impressive, but they win a lot.
Yeah. I don't love the way their offense looks on any given
It's gonna be a fascinating
moment
week.
in any given
Considering
period of
the
time.
NFL disappointed.
Didn't love the NFL this week.
It was fine. Seattle was sloppy.
Yeah.
Detroit was careless. And Cynthia's a Lions fan. She may go all in.
Yeah. Or
do you think she'll homer it and be like, well, it's just how the Lions play?
I don't know. It could go either way. As we've seen with fans here, you can either.
Did you like the quality of play in the Denver Chiefs game?
Not really.
It's kind of how they play each other, though.
Yeah, it's not fun to watch. I didn't have a good time with it.